Welcome back, viewers. You're watching The Savera and I'm Shefali. The Supreme Court of India today issued a stay on the recent Bombay High Court verdict that acquitted all 12 accused in the 2006 Mumbai train blast case, a decision that had overturned the earlier convictions of the accused and ignited widespread public and political debate. A bench comprising Justices M. Sundarshek and N. Koteshwar Singh heard the matter and acted on a plea filed by the Maharashtra government challenging the High Court's acquittal. The apex court not only stayed the effect of the acquittal but also issued formal notices to all 12 accused, seeking their response to the state's appeal. The top court made it explicitly clear that the High Court judgment should not be treated as a legal precedent in any other case, particularly those involving charges under the stringent Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act. Now, earlier this week, a special bench of the Bombay High Court consisting of Justices Anil Kilor and Shyam Chandak has acquitted the accused, citing serious lapses in the prosecution's case. The court stated that the prosecution has utterly failed to establish the guilt of the accused and found it hard to believe that they committed the crime. Consequently, the High Court quashed the 2015 trial court judgment that had sentenced 5 of the accused to death and the remaining 7 to life imprisonment. One of the convicts sentenced to death had died in prison in 2021. In its detailed judgment, the High Court highlighted several critical shortcomings in the investigation and trial proceedings. The bench expressed strong reservations about the prosecution's failure to produce key witnesses in court, its mishandling of recovered evidence such as explosives or circuit components allegedly used to build the bombs, and the lack of clarity on the type of explosive devices involved in the attack. A particularly damning aspect of the High Court's ruling was its dismissal of confidential statements provided by some of the accused. The court noted those statements appeared to have been extracted under duress or torture and described parts of them as copy-paste versions of each other. The judgment stated that these statements were incomplete, lacked credibility, and could not be relied upon as truthful admissions of guilt. The High Court also invalidated the police conducted test identification parades, asserting that they were not carried out by an officer legally authorized to conduct such procedures. Moreover, the court rejected testimony from several witnesses, including taxi drivers who claimed to have transported the accused to Churchgate station and others who alleged to have seen them planting bombs or participating in assembling them. The judges found the witness accounts unreliable, inconsistent, and insufficiently credible to sustain convictions. A significant concern raised by the High Court was the timeline between the accident and the identification of the accused. Witnesses reportedly identified the suspect during police identification parades held 4 months after the blast and later in the court proceedings held years after the attack. The court observed that the witness did not have adequate opportunity to observe the accused at the time of the crime to enable such identifications with confidence years later. Given the magnitude of the case, the Supreme Court's decision to stay the acquittal marks a critical step in revisiting the legal findings that led to the release of all 12 individuals. The 7/11 Mumbai train blast were among the most devastating terrorist attacks in India's recent history. On the evening of July 11, 2006, 7 synchronized bomb explosions tore through suburban trains on Mumbai's Western Railway line, killing over 180 people and injuring more than 800. The special trial court in 2015 had convicted the accused after a 9-year-long legal process, relying heavily on confidential statements, witness testimonials, and the prosecution's narrative of a conspiracy linked to Pakistan-based terror outfits. However, the Bombay High Court's recent judgment dismantled much of that foundation, leading to the acquittals which the Maharashtra government swiftly challenged. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, representing the state, urged the Supreme Court to treat the matter with urgency due to its seriousness and the implications of letting the acquittal stand. The apex court is now set to hear the matter in full, including the legal validity of the High Court's finding, the strength of the prosecution's case, and whether justice was adequately served for the victims and their families or not. As the case moves forward, it is expected to become a defining moment in the legal discourse around terrorism-related prosecutions in India. The use of special laws like MCOCA and the evidentiary standards applied in complex and high-profile criminal trials. That's all for now in this update. Stay tuned to the Savera, download the app and follow us on various social media platforms.